They call me the Riddick. Not really, it's just worse. Hello and welcome to Worst Reviews. Today I'm reviewing Riddick. So, this movie, Riddick, I can gonna clarify with you right off the bat, I have not seen the other Riddick movies. Now, you would probably feel like I was not qualified at all to do this review, but I will try to just do this movie on its own merits. I'm not gonna try to bash the film too hard about like, oh, if you're like a really hardcore Riddick fan, like a fan of the movies, then I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, this sucked, and then just not even try to clarify like, oh, that could be in the other movies, that could be something good about the other movies. This movie, it's alright, I will say that. It's got its good points, it's got a lot of bad points, it's a mess. Just, I felt lost through the film. I didn't really know what was going on. It is a straightforward story. This happens, this happens, this happens. But there are some things in there that you feel kind of a disconnect from, like I did, since I just didn't see the other movies. I know that I should have, but I just haven't. And I mean, I'm going to at some point, but honestly, with how this movie is, if this is a good introduction to the character of Riddick and his story, that almost makes me not even want to watch the other movies. A lot of scenes in there, it felt like they were just thrown in there just to be like a part of the movie. Like, hey, we're part of this movie. It's not a good thing for a movie you're trying to go to for enjoyment, and then you're like, oh. In the action that would have been good at the end, like the big climax, wasn't. Like, and what I feel bad about is like the effects in here. Some of that you're like, okay, is that even allowed? I didn't even know that was allowed to be in a big budget movie nowadays. And here's my buddy Trav to tell you a little more on what his thoughts are.
And thank you so much for letting me be on your review. My opinion on Riddick. Well, I saw Jeremy Johns' review right before I saw the movie, or like a day before I saw the movie. And I gotta say, everything that he has to say about it was completely right. Completely right. It's like a really good movie. The action is brilliant. It's Riddick. It's Vin Diesel coming back as Riddick. It's awesome. It's just a tad bit messy. And now, me or Ryan haven't seen the other two yet. We've seen bits and pieces, and we're planning on going back and watching them. But as a movie on its own, besides the other two, as a movie, as Riddick, the third movie, on its own, it's just a bit messy. The dog thing was cool. That was really, really cool. And does that dog remind you of anything?
German Shepherd.
Yeah, he looked exactly like one of those, except with his own like little science fiction-y look. You know, it's a completely different dog, but I think they based it off of the German Shepherd. All the stuff he has to do to survive beginning of the movie is really cool and a really amazing sequence. But it felt like the more the movie lingered on, the worse and choppy and messy that it got. But I still walked out liking the movie because I feel like Vin Diesel needed to come back with a third Riddick to finish it off. I'm not saying that that's the end of the franchise, but we don't know yet. But back to worse.
And finally, guys, like, I never hardly do this anymore, but an honest-to-goodness rating, I will say it's still alright, but it's just not all there for me as a film. And, I mean, if I don't want more, that's not a good thing if I'm trying to get introduced to a series. But I'm gonna say just about, like, a 6 out of 10 for me. Alright guys, you know where to find me. I'm still here, just Worst850. You know where to follow me on the twits at RightWorst. Basically what I would like you to do is go check out Trav Tries. He's getting bigger and better. He's getting more and more awesome. So you need to go follow him and quit following me. Not really. Keep watching my videos, guys. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and share, and whatever you feel like doing to this video. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys.